What's wrong with naps?
Naps for old people. I'm young and I'm up.
This country was ruined by Franklin Delano Roosevelt. You're fat.
What is a brewed alcoholic beverage consisting of barley and yeast?
Well, I don't know. Usually you just have a beer.
It's the Al Travis Show. We've got a Minnesota Sports Lifer on the program with us. Paulie, how are you doing?
Doing great. Happy Friday. How's it going, Al?
Very good, but evidently I'm under the impression we have some very large news in the Paul world. Would you like to share it with the rest of the world?
Oh, yeah. You're looking at Grandpa Paul at this point. So, yep, super fun. Baby Luke was born, and it's super fun to have a little baby in the family. That changes Christmas, so super fun.
Yeah, that's big, too. I was thinking the main thing is going to be playing a big gig.
You asked about a big news in my family, and I'm going to ignore the grandkid? Come on.
I was set up. Either way, if you went with the dance party first, I was going to get you crap on Luke.
Where's the Star Wars guy? It's a trap. It's a trap. You trapped me. How dare you?
Congratulations on Luke. I think he is an adorable looking child. And I don't say that much because bringing up Star Wars, most children do look like little Yodas. I'm not a big fan, even my own. I'm not saying my kids were good, but this is a cute kid. So I have seen pictures, and congratulations, Grandpa. I think that's pretty cool. And you do have a main thing going on, right?
We do. We're excited to be at Neeson's in Savage tomorrow night. Our band, the main thing, is playing in Savage on a Saturday night. We're excited about that. And we have mostly been playing Fridays, which, after a long week, I get it. People don't often come out. But to have a Saturday, it'll be easier for us on the setup, and it'll be easier for folks to come out, and the weather looks decent at this point. So we're excited. Got a couple new songs to introduce, and
wait a minute. That can't be true because you play old songs. Are you talking something off the radio now? You're not going to new song. Your new old song. Old new songs.
Well, we do current stuff and old stuff. So yeah.
Are these new songs new songs? Or are they old songs?
They're old songs that we learned, so they're new to us.
Okay, and they will be the audience. Are they B-52 worthy? Because let's be honest, Love Shack's the only real song everybody waits for until you guys do that rendition. That's
well,
true.
That's really nice of you to say.
I'm not lying. Am I lying? I've been there. I've seen the band. Everybody just hangs around having cocktails. B-52, boom, floor's full.
Okay, so have you been to a Gopher game, and have you heard
Yes.
the songs they play? All the students sing every word of it.
Yeah.
The song's called Mr. Brightside. We learned that one, and we're really excited to hear what the bar sounds like when we play Mr. Brightside. So we're fired up.
I would not know one word to that song. Okay.
You would if you heard it, but that's okay.
Okay. B-52s is what I want. All right, well, let's talk some sports. That's why you're here. I don't know. I know you're like the ultimate Twins guy, and this would not generally on December 19th be the story of the year. Let's talk some Twins. But I want to talk with Paulie. I don't know Tom and Joe. But Tom's taking over for Joe, and I don't know if that makes any difference to me. Polead's a Polead as far as I know. Does that make you feel good?
Oh, heck no. No, not at all. No. It's at this point, there is zero credibility with the Polead name, with the fan base at all. And so why we're switching a different, name at the top, nobody believes anything will really change. I am interested about the family dynamics, about how do you kick one brother out and Uncle get him
Joe
comfortable with a different. Yeah, that part feels weird, but there's no sign that they're going to spend any extra money. So what is the point of hanging on to the team if you're not going to invest in it? If you're not going to give the fan base something to get excited about, why should we care? Why don't you just sell it?
All right, Downey Von Grampamus. Good gosh. Okay. Well, what, Grandpa, Mr. Downer? Geez, you just switched to Al Travis here. I'm going to give you some positivity.
Al Travis, you tell me one thing to get excited about with this team.
Okay, because the new Polead
ownership from one brother of a miserly family to another brother.
And this guy came out and said the words which these other guys had. He said, "We have lost our fan base. We did not do them right." He said he probably wouldn't have gutted the team. That was in his press conference. So, at least he's going to speak the truth. Now, he does speak
Words
the truth.
Words are cheap, but yes, continue.
Okay, so he says that. Two, he actually said straight out, a month ago they are looking at selling off the rest of the assets of this team, and they did it. The Buxtons and the pitchers, and they were little. So He's throwing stuff out he didn't have to, which kind of teed me off. So that 30 comes in and he says, I'm one of those guys who wants to swing for the fences. I want to bring this team back. That's good news to hear. Bad news is, but not next year. They're going to keep the payroll at the exact same as it is now at 100 mil. So that's not good news. Now, the best news of all this, Paul, and here I'm being positive for your Twins, is they got that guy, and I don't remember his name now, that is the majority over of the Wild to pick up part of that tab. What happened is they sold the majority interest, $500 million, to get themselves out of whatever debt this is, and one of them is the guy from the Wild. He didn't throw his money at a team, because look at the Wild today. We're going to talk about him. This guy didn't throw his money at this team to sell it off, for pieces. That doesn't seem to be that guy's way. I like what could be down the road 3 years from now. Positivity. I'm trying to be positive, Paul.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why you're reaching for the positivity. You're still following Vikings. They're out of the playoff contention. You're Mr. Positive. You watch the games no matter what. Why? You don't know. You know our age, Al. We're 3 years. I don't know if I'm going to make it 3 years. Don't tell me about something that I'm not going to be alive to see. So not.
We don't. Yeah.
Not
okay.
exciting.
I tried.
I
tried really hard.
It's just words. Prove it. Do something. Yeah. Go pay for a free agent. Also, here's the other thing. Byron Buxton holds a lot of cards right now because he could force their hand on this and say, you know what, I'm not going to wait 3 years to win.
Wow.
What
does he have left?
Waive no trade clause, get me out of here. Then talk about a fan base that's that would go off the deep end, turn it up to 11. That would do it.
Completely agree. There's other small things that we'll talk about before we get to the break. The Gophers men's, they play on the 26th, day after Christmas.
Football,
in Phoenix. Great. At least if guys going to travel, you're not going to flipping going up to the Motor City, Detroit. I mean, I like that. I don't know the Los Lobos, but Paul, here's my real problem with this. This transfer portal, it isn't even going to be the Gopher team on the field. You have your quarterback, but he's going to be throwing to a bunch of kids he hasn't been throwing to because evidently most of our receiving core is taking off through the tunnel, the portal, or going in the NFL. I think they got to shut this transfer thing down until after the season is over. I don't think it's fair to. Yeah, go ahead.
There's changes they need to make. Yeah, that's one of them. But I also think we're in the dying, waning last gasps of the old bowl structure, right? Okay, because now, the national championship playoff is at 12 teams now?
Yeah.
Probably going to expand. That's coming, right? And so these other bowls that are, kind of nice to have around Christmas week, I just think that, they're going to run out of weeks. They're going to have to expand that playoff, into these weeks. And these bowls are probably on their last, 4 or 5 years of existence. So the good news is Gophers are in one. It's Phoenix. Hello, 80 degrees. Yeah. Come on, Minnesota, go down and support them. Let's see a lot of maroon on that. There'll be a lot of people watching because everybody's off of work on the 26th. So,
But do you travel to see a team that may not even be the team that you've been supporting? I don't know. Maybe they will. They can be the judge. I'm even looking at Paul.
If you support a team, what are you cheering for? You're cheering for the uniform. They're cheering for maroon and gold. It really doesn't matter.
Well, then you don't care about this transfer portal. There's no reason to have, back in the day when players stayed for one team their whole lives, that's how the Harmon Killebrews, you weren't transferring. I disagree with you. The team is the players you love and you follow, and I think I think you're wrong. I like Ant on my team, but it isn't the jersey. I like Ant.
But if we had different players and not an Ant on the team,
as long as they stay,
you're going to cheer for the Milwaukee Bucks jersey and their players? No, you're still going to cheer for your team.
Okay, and you're going to hang with Twins no matter what. You talk about both sides
to a point, but I'm not going to spend a lot of money at Target Field. Right. I might go, but I'm not going to spend a lot of money there.
Here's how I know where we're at. Is I may or may not watch the game. I don't have to go anywhere. It's going to be on TV. It'll be on at my home at 3 p.m. on the day after Christmas. Unless I'm just bored out of my gourd, I may not watch it. Maybe I will. I don't know. That's how much excitement I got for it.
There's a lot of years Gopher football wouldn't make a bowl, so I'm going to watch.
And then they made up a bowl called the Rate Bowl. Remember when we used to want to go to the Rose Bowl, and now we get to go only every 2 years?
No, they didn't make up a bowl. They got a sponsor for what used to be a Citrus Bowl or a Cactus Bowl they used to have a name like like an Orange Bowl or a Peach Bowl.
I think it was the Festita Bowl, this one, if I'm not mistaken. Festita, was it festive? It was a chip bowl.
Tostitos?
Tostitos Bowl. I think that's what it was, yes. I was on their website at one point. I don't remember now. All right, I got to go to break. We have other sports to talk about. All this talk. Remember, if you're not doing anything Saturday night, Neeson Sports Bar and Grill in Savage has got the best band in town. The main thing.
Think about it. Now that school's back in session, how are Minnesota students doing? Not very well. Minnesota ACT scores fell again last year and are the lowest they've been in 10 years. In fact, fewer than half of Minnesota students can either read or do math at grade level. Think about it. We used to brag about our schools. Now we're losing to states like Mississippi. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
I stand with veterans, and today I'm asking you to support Bravo Zulu House, America's first all-military sober home, helping veterans with PTSD right here in Minnesota. This holiday season, help save the life of a veteran from the cycle of hell created by PTSD and addiction. Become a member of Team Shield, a community of monthly donors protecting those veterans who have protected us. Give now at bravozuluhouse.org. Just a side note, we're out for a couple of weeks now, right? We're not going to do one next weekend at the day after Christmas. And then New Year's.
Okay.
Well, New Year's is in the same boat. Yeah. Decided we're going to just put in best ofs and we're all going to just go enjoy ourselves. We'll come back in January. Fair enough?
Sounds great. Appreciate it.
All right. Good.
Are you kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS SHOW.
And we've got him, Paulie in Minnesota Sports Lifer. Paulie, wild hockey, my big thing and my jam. Don't follow a lot. And then you hear this kid, the Wall from St. Paul. Now, this is 2 months ago, right? All of a sudden, he comes in, he does a couple of shutouts. This Twins team goes on, 15 games where they don't lose a point or something like that. It was just an unbelievable streak. Now you're watching. You're paying attention. They lose a couple games. Okay, you're not going to win them all. They're back on a 6-game winning streak, and they got some new guy come on, some defenseman who's supposed to be pretty good. Am I getting excited about the Wild? Am I jumping bandwagons?
Well, the bandwagon's your own issue. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm wearing the hat. If you can't see, this is radio. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm wearing the Wild hat today because, this is the team that's worth watching right now. They made a big splash with that trade to get Quinn Hughes, one of the best defensemen in the league. He's won that top defenseman trophy in the past, and he's already making everybody around him better. He's an offensive minded defenseman. And he's making everybody better. Tarasenko, we got at the start of this year, I think, but he's kind of got the fountain of youth going because he used to be a big goal scorer and had dropped off, but now he's playing with Kirill and some other guys, and he's looking good. Boldy is on fire. Kirill is a top 5 forward in the league. There's a lot to like about this right now, and they're. What I kind of like about them too is you don't see a lot of letdown. They had every reason to let down last night because they had a home game the night before, had to go to Columbus on the road. Team's not that great, but they're down. They had to promote a guy from the Iowa Wild. Trap game, just speaks trap game, right? But they took care of business. A couple empty netters at the end. I mean, this is fun. It is appointment TV for me right now, especially when it's snowing out. What else are you going to do?
Fair enough. I'm jumping on then. I'm on the bandwagon. People, move over. Give me some room. Other things that we're lifers. You're a lifer here for sports. KG looks like he's returning to the Wolves team and kind of pick up the pace, get people to come. They're paying him to be here. They look like they're going to retire as number 21. You happy? That thrills me, actually.
Well, it's about time. It's that, get Glenn Taylor out of the way and talk about being petty. This is clearly the best player this franchise has ever seen. And the old owner isn't, willing to, retire his number, raise it to the rafters. He single-handedly made this franchise relevant, right? I mean, we lived the expansion life until they drafted him, which was 6 years into the league. So I remember all of that. I don't know if you remember all of that, but the run to the Western Conference Finals with Latrell Sprewell and Sam Cassell, and this town was on fire for that. It was super fun, and I'm glad they're bringing him back. He's a big personality, and I think that'll give everybody who loves basketball and the history of the Wolves some juice around that. So I think it's good.
Fair enough. On the Wolves topic, they ended up losing to what was the Memphis Grizzlies. Hard game. Back to needing something to watch. Ant was not there. Mike Conley wasn't there. Their guy, Ja Morant, wasn't in the game. Eddie wasn't in the game. It's like, this was B Squad television, and I still believe we should have won that game, and we did not. Once again, the Wolves not taking care of business when they need to. Your thoughts on your Wolves? They had a tough stretch coming.
It was offensively, it was hard to watch because Memphis kind of forced them into bad shots or the wrong guys taking shots. It's great that Bones Highland can play and fill in some minutes with Conley out, but he took a couple of threes toward the end of the game. He's not the guy you want shooting the threes at the end. And Naz Reid had a few shots at it but missed them. So it was just kind of ugly. But give credit to Memphis; they played really, really hard and got a road win. So I think we're going to be in that dogfight for stay out of the play-in, stretch. I think we're going to be hanging around 5, 6, 7.
But isn't that where we're at? I mean, we have tough games coming and we can't seem to catch up to the ones ahead of us. Oklahoma City tonight. I'm not putting my check on us. Right?
Oh, no.
I mean, no. Milwaukee, maybe it depends. New York is another game I wouldn't put my Denver after that. We have 4 games here. We easily could lose all 4, and that mojo we had is gone.
Denver's found some mojo this year. They're healthy and playing well. Oklahoma City's a freight train. The Knicks just won the cup, so they're flying.
Is that emerald green thing? Is that over now? Thank God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's over. But
I paid no attention.
It's going to be tough. That's why I'm wearing the Wild hat, because that's the team that's hot right now. It's the team that that they're doing everything night in, night out. For at the start of the season, Al, back to the Wild, they weren't selling out anymore. They had empty seats, but they've made some moves and they've been playing well, and they're going to start selling out again. So, Wolves, get back to me when you're taking care of business.
Just with the last 2 minutes, your thoughts on the Vikings? I believe they win against New York this weekend. What do you need to see from JJ to say that he's still improving, that is still going in the right direction?
I would say, those touch passes. What about the screens? We've got guys who can do really well with the screens. When you look at Aaron Jones and who's that other running back, Mason.
Yeah.
But every time we try that, he ends up throwing a fastball and it goes through their hands. Well, float it over that leaping defender and set up the screen. Let's see some touch, right? So not everything has to be a 90 miles an hour throw. Find a way to do these other kinds of throws. That's what I'd like to see, and the better decisions to not throw it into double coverage and find Justin, keep him engaged.
Please.
Yeah. I mean,
Find
get
a way
him
to
to
make it
1,000 yards this year. He's in sights of it, but you gotta connect with that guy.
Fair enough. All right, we've got to fly. One last thing. What's going on Saturday night? Anything special going Saturday night?
Saturday night, main thing, my band is at Neeson's in Savage, and music starts at 8:30. It's going to be a good time. We're full strength. We've got all of our singers, male and female. We got a lot of good stuff. So we're excited, and hopefully people brave the weather. Come on out.
And the weather will be nice. It's getting better. It'll be a little chilly, but it's warm.
Yeah.
Neeson's got heat. I've been there. It's heated and everything. You're going to be fine. And the B-52's Love Shack will be played. I'm almost guaranteed.
Don't guarantee that. We've moved things.
What?
Around. Yeah. Well, you got to.
You don't give up the number one song.
More of our repertoire than just one song.
You got 3.5 hours. You make sure that the B-52s is in. You think Neil Diamond doesn't do?
Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond. You say? Oh,
yeah, people love Neil Diamond. We'll be back after this more on the Al Travis Show.